So Premiere has very recently, sneakily and kind of quietly released a few minor updates to their software. This is the April 2026 update that came out on April 15, 2026. And in this video, I'll go over some of what those updates are. And there are a couple in there that I really like. First, there's been new effects that have been added to the Film Impact dashboard. Some of my favorite ones that they've added is channel blur. There is gradient. There is noise and grain, which if I apply it to a clip, and if I go over my clip over here, I can adjust the intensity of this and add some grain and some noise to my clip. Premiere used to have something that was very similar, but this is, I think, more improved, and I think it looks a little bit more natural. And they've added a couple more transitions to their already very nice Film Impact dashboard. So that's the first one. The second one is one that I really like, and it's this. In your source monitor, you'll notice now that there's another button. It says drag audio and video, but it's not just about dragging. If you click on it, look at what happens. Pretty cool. So now you're able to see your waveform of that audio and that clip. And this is very useful, especially if you have a slate, for example, or if you're clapping when you're recording your A-roll, to sort of give you a visual cue of where your audio starts or ends or when different takes are. So I think I'm going to start clapping a lot when I'm doing these A-roll things whenever I make a mistake, because now with this, I'm able to quickly go over a particular section and then just start editing that way. Simple, but quality of life improvement. The next one is one over here. You can go into your program monitor, click on the plus sign, and drag this mute program monitor button all the way to the bottom here. And what happens is that this allows you to do a global mute of everything. So you don't have to go and mute all of these things if you wanted to not hear any sound. You can just go and click this button over here. Next thing is, you know, the object mask, the really cool tool that Premiere gave us just a few months ago. So now you're able to adjust that mask and decide whether you want a smooth mask or a sharp mask. A smooth mask is going to work well for people with fine details, for example, hair, or if you have an animal that's very furry, or fur, hair, and that kind of stuff. A sharp mask is going to be useful if you have an object, maybe a car, a truck, something like that, where the edges are very delineated and kind of sharp. So you can go and select that so that Premiere can give you a much better result with that object masking. The next one lets you navigate timelines using Sequence Index. So you can go into Window, Sequence Index, and you're able to access this Excel-like sort of window, and you're able to search and find different clips. It shows you where these things are located, in which video or audio track, and it tells you if they have any effects added to them. You're able to go and select in timeline, for example, and whenever you click here, you'll have that particular asset highlighted on your timeline. This is V2. So I can go here, select this text thingy, select in timeline, and then goes and selects it here. You're able to also filter by any of these things, by effects, still image, fonts. Let's go effects. And you can filter by clips that have an effect applied to it. If you had multiple cameras or different file names for different cameras that you've used and all in the same project, you can go and say, for example, type the name of the camera, A7 IV, and you'll be able to see all the clips from that camera. You're also able to now relink media faster with smarter search, which is really neat. You also now have enhanced marker support in the search panel, which is cool too. But one thing that is brand new, and I think it's kind of interesting, is content credentials in Premiere. So when you export your clip, you're able to go to content credentials over here, and this will ask you to include your verified name or social media accounts. So once you added your social media accounts, you can go and select this box over here, which is still experimental according to Adobe, but you can select to request that generative AI models not train on or use your content, which I think is a really great thing to have. So you can select that, and that will now appear under your export. I haven't added mine yet, but once that's selected, you're able to export your clip or your video with these content credentials. Content credentials let you attach your verified identity, social profiles, and AI training preferences to exported videos, which will allow you to build trust with your audience, which I think is a great thing to have. So this will allow you to establish that this video or that content actually belongs to you and establish that authorship. And yeah, overall, I think that this is good. Just a step forward in this world of AI and then just people ripping off each other's content and just AI also ripping off your content as well to get trained. A very positive step in the right direction, in my opinion. So anyways, those are all the brand new things that Premiere has released in April of 2026 as of version 26.2.0 build 65. So if you haven't downloaded already and you wanted to try some of these features, you can update your Premiere. And if you're still watching, here are a couple more videos you could watch next, and I'll see you there.